Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Sandrine Tarot, and as you can see we're going to be using the little magical Circus Tarot again for today's daily tarot reading. This is a majors only deck. This is the fourth day. My ancestors have called for this deck. Don't quote me on it, but I think this is the last time they're going to call for it this week. So let's see what's going to go on for the day. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. We have all your cards out on the table. And so we're going to get started here on the best part of your day. We start off with the Star in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, the High Priest, which is the Hierophant in this deck, and we end on the Sun. Okay. So is everything perfect? No. In fact, there are certain things that have been going on that are a work in progress. Things that need to be healed. But at least now we're, with this Devil in the reverse energy, we're getting out of our way enough to realize certain things have to come to an end because where we're sitting is not the greatest. However, we have learned from the experience. We've learned certain things finally have to let go for our own happiness. Whether this is our own inner monologue, whether this is bad habits from the past. More importantly, I'm getting more self-esteem than negative self-talk, although that kind of plays into the low self-esteem. But that's mainly what I'm getting here. And yes, this is a general reading. It could pertain to other items that you've kind of realized that, okay, there's more going on here. There's things that I need to stop. Is it perfect? Is it better? Is it, if I stop this, everything will all be hunky-dory? No. It's a work in progress. It's just a baby step into headed to the right direction. Because you've learned an area where you can improve. You can make it better. Okay. So a little bit of a learning curve. All right. That's totally fine. Actually, we kind of like learning curves because when we have a learning curve, there is actually room for growth. Our worst part of the day. Yeah, here we go. We have Strength. Judgment in the reverse. And the Lovers. Yeah. You actually might struggle with compassion and empathy. Maybe not so much with, connecting to others. I feel this is more connecting to yourself. It's that self-esteem. It's that confidence. And that's a big one for when it comes to shadow work, is dealing with your ego while also keeping your self-esteem high. Instead of having low self-esteem and your ego running amok, or having no ego running the show but still having low self-esteem. So we might have realized that we need to kick it up a notch when it comes to our self-confidence. Whether that's self-confidence in the way we look, how we talk to ourselves, because let's face it, we can all be negative, we can all be really hard on ourselves, we can be our own worst enemy. So if we are suffering from self-worth and self-confidence, self-love issues, that's a big one. And no, that does not heal overnight. Even when we identify that is something that needs to be worked on. That's something that needs to change. That is a huge learning curve for any person. Okay. Obstacle then. We have the Emperor in the reverse. And the Chariot. Yeah, that is quite literally your obstacle. Is if I am not 100% secure and confident of high value, high worth, with high self-esteem, you know, how will anyone follow me? How will I ever be successful? It's one of those, hey, if I'm such a big loser, if I suck so bad, and I'm never on the top of my game, that I am so worthless, why would anybody ever see me as successful or somebody worth following or somebody that they would listen to? Why would they do that? Okay, that is a completely self-monologue right there that is very low self-esteem. I can tell you that as much as that is valid questions to ask of, okay, why would anybody pay attention to me or listen to me, let alone follow me for, XYZ reason. As much as that might be applicable in a situation, that might knock our self-confidence and spiral us into a low self-esteem mode. That learning to, how do I want to put that? Learning to project self-worth will be difficult. Okay, big learning curve. How can we project strength, high value of a very high self-esteem, confident person in whatever we're doing or however we're interacting with other people, especially if we do not feel it ourselves? How can you convince someone else of something that you cannot convince yourself on? That's the crux of the whole entire day when it comes to interacting with others. Because if you don't feel it and you don't understand it and you don't see how it's possible, it's going to be really hard when you interact with somebody else for them to read you the right way. All they're going to see is this. And because you're low self-esteem or low self-worth, it may pick up on that. It's going to double down, very much so, on that defeatist attitude. Why would anybody follow me? Why would anybody listen to me? I'll never be successful. That repetitive cycle, that mantra is going to repeat, and it's going to be really hard to not try to go round and round with it. Okay, that's where that higher value self-worth, your higher self, connecting to it is going to be rather difficult to get you out of that spiral. Ooh, that's your learning curve, is that spiral. There you go. Okay, my lovelies, I did add up all your cards. Everything here adds up to 107, which also reduces to 8. And this deck, the strength card is number 11, but it's traditionally the 8th card in the major arcana, which is strength, power. Yes. Power is, even if you don't feel like it, power resides where you decide it resides. So if you are successful, or, if you decide you are worth it, then you are. If you decide that you have nothing to be afraid of, then you're right. Strength, self-worth, self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem issues. Very much the theme of the day. Okay, and for those of you that do like the astrology, Venus in Pisces conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. Compassion and empathy can be high. You can be there for people you care about. You can be understanding and sweet and be willing to make sacrifices for others. In this case, you're finding that difficult to do for yourself. It may be very easy to do that for somebody else, but when it comes to yourself, that's where we're dropping the ball. The moon enters Aquarius. There can be changes that need to be made. You can focus on how best to go about them. In this case, we're identifying a learning curve. And it's all centered around this strength card. All right, my lovelies. I hope this resonated for you. If it does, by all means, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know that you resonate with a reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.